I'm walking in the woods right now because I recently realized you can actually do anything. And I know that sounds like cheesy motivational bullshit, but I mean anything. Like you can literally do anything. It's like 10 a.m. on a Tuesday in February and it's warm enough. I'm in the woods. I'm walking in the woods. And I wanted to spend an hour with you today talking about life and how people are blocked for stupid reasons and how I have been on a quest to be free and be open and be unblocked for a long time. And I've reached new levels of understanding on what it means to be free, which is why I'm here in the woods right now, hanging out with you. And yeah, if you found this video, if this video found you, it's because you are creative. Excuse me. You are a powerful person. You are somebody with a lot of amazing potential in your life that you aren't living up to. And you know you can create music or art or community or written word, you know, or style or a business. You know you have something bigger than you that you can tap into. You know that there's a life that you could be living that is going in a different direction than the one you're in right now, but for whatever reason, you ain't doing it. For whatever reason, you ain't doing it. And I have been there. I'm going to share with you some of my story. I'm going to freely associate. We're going to see what happens. You can do anything. You can do anything, which is why I'm here doing anything. Walking in the woods. And I want to lift you up to be inspired to take the bold risks, because doing anything, one part of doing anything is you can do bold risks. You can try shit that will make people think you're crazy. I am an expert in being perceived as crazy. Y'all feel me? Y'all feel me? I'm walking in the woods, purple glasses, purple shirt. I bailed on the trail because there were too many weird guys standing around. I didn't like how drug dealery they looked. You can do anything. You can do fucking anything. And yeah, let's get into it. I was blocked for a long time. I've been making music ever since I was a little kid, and I've been playing piano forever, and like piano is one of my superpowers. Being able to wiggle my fingers on the keys and make people's emotions change. It's something I've been able to do since I was a kid. And as I've gotten older, I've like really stepped into how powerful and how actually valuable it is, and how being creative is this thing that like everybody has the potential to do, but people don't tap into it and actually do it. And I've always written music. I've always made music, had bands, done stuff, but for a long time it was like in this way that wasn't working. For a long time, if I wanted to write a song, it was like, it took 6 months. It took half a freaking year to finish a song. And if you map that out over the course of, a whole lifetime, that means you're only going to get like 30 songs done, 60 songs, maybe 100 songs if you live long enough, right? I've shifted that so much where I can write a song a day, easy. I can write a song in 20 minutes. Yesterday I wrote a song in 20 minutes. I want you to hear what I did yesterday. Yesterday I got up and I filmed 7 videos on creativity for a course I'm putting together. I got up, I walked around the park, and I filmed 7 videos talking about my philosophy on creativity. Then I came home, and in 20 minutes, I wrote a song. I cranked out a song. And then I went, walked the woods with a friend. We talked about life, talked about our businesses, talked about where we want to go and who we want to be. Then we went and did open mic comedy, where I didn't just recite bullshit jokes that I have said over and over again with the same monotone punchline. Oh, almost died there. Whoa! I didn't just like what a lot of comics do, where they're like, yeah, so the Olympics is on right now. I like the Winter Olympics because it's all the sports look like you just need to be rich enough to be able to do it. Like the luge, 2 guys on top of each other. What are they, gay? And like telling this like boring joke that he doesn't even believe in. I free fell. There was this like horrible energy girl who played piano really poorly, and I just yelled at her about how she was such a bad energy and nobody wanted her to be there. and like just totally stepped into like, I can say whatever the fuck I want. I can be whoever the fuck I want. I can stand on stage and be nuts and have some people think I'm nuts, but also have other people go, wow, that guy really moved me. And in order to be inspiring, you have to be nuts. In order to live a life that is not the life everyone else lives, you have to be fucking nuts. So, quick disclaimer, I might say some stuff that offends you in this next hour, in this next 55 minutes we have to go. If I offend you in this video is not for you. And what I'm talking about isn't for you. You are not spiritually on the level to receive the message of this video. Now, I will say, if something offends you and you click off the video, you're not going to open yourself up to growing into a higher spiritual being, into somebody who can just float through life, who can accept that people are varied and there's different perspectives, and somebody who can just be a force for good, be a light in the world. So if I say something that offends you, try not to click off the video. Try to listen and understand. Maybe the point was to offend you. Maybe the point was to make you go, get out of a way you're stuck. If you feel stuck at all, let someone offend you and let it wash over you and get to the other side of being offended. Wow, he really is saying you don't need a job and that the system is rigged and focusing on politics will make your life worse. If that offends you, just like take it in and like stop being offended. Like being offended is the R word. I'm not going to say that yet. I'm going to give it 15 minutes, but I will drop that word once I get more hyped up and freely associated, because I'm in the woods and you can do anything. You can do anything if you're in the woods. If you're stuck doing things you don't want to do and you get offended, you're screwing yourself. You're shooting yourself in the foot. Stop being offended by things. Stop opening up your phone and being offended by things. Stop reading about what's going on with politicians. Everybody is so nuts right now with like, oh, the Epstein files. We gotta see what's in the files. No, you don't. 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 Look at this. Does it fucking matter what's in the Epstein files fucking at all out here? Doesn't matter at all. And if you're getting all heated up, it's like, well, they're raping kids. It's like, yeah, I knew that 10 years ago. And when I said that to people, people were like, you're crazy. I knew that. A lot of people knew that. The people that knew that were called crazy. And they're not going to do anything about it. And it's okay. I'm not saying it's okay that they're like, if you can do something about it, like maybe you should. But if you're blocked in your life, if you're just sharing stuff on Facebook because you're offended by shit all the time, you're not doing anything about it. You are just making it worse. And I share this with love. If you're offended, flip it. Understand that there's love. Understand that freedom is actually what's offending you. People get offended and triggered by freedom because most people have a long time ago swallowed the pill that you can't actually be free. People took it from their parents. People's parents have jobs they don't want, have lives they don't want, and then they're programmed. Think about it. Think about it. In high school, you're told like, you got to go to college so you can get a good job, right? That's the script I was fed. Go to college to get a good job. And people go to college and then go get a job, and then like, it's like you're like, yeah, okay, from the time you're 20 until the time you're 65, lock in on the same thing. Get a job at a company, and the company will take care of you. And you can go on vacations a couple weeks every year. And then when you retire, you can do whatever you want. Come on, wake up. Is that really the way to live? You have one shot in this body on this earth. Maybe you come back again, I don't know. But in this body, you have one shot, right? You're here one time as you. There's one Danny Bauer. He's right here talking to you on the phone. And he's going to be gone when he's gone. And who knows what my spirit will do. But why would I fucking get a job? Well, you need money. Yeah, you can get money. You don't need a job to get money. I'm breaking frames today. If you're offended, it's just because I'm saying something directly challenging your frame. And that's okay. You should have your frame challenged. Step one, let your frame be challenged. People, I've been noticed as I've been stepping back into the coaching world, because I've coached people a lot. I've been a teacher a lot for my life, and I stepped away from it for a bit because I got frustrated with how people didn't want to be helped. And I was like, fine, people don't want to be helped. I don't fucking care. But then I started to help myself a whole lot more. I learned a whole lot. I learned about the power of the woods. You're free out here, dude. There's no taxes in the woods. There's no like what is, it's just me and the trees and the sun, baby. But I'm stepping back into helping people, and I've been so fascinated by my conversations with people. Not even like where I'm like just casual conversations where people tell me why their life doesn't look like the way they want it to look, and they justify it. And they sound so dumb. And this is with love. Sharing this with love. They sound so dumb. It's like, I literally had a friend where I was like, dude, there's this comedy festival. Well, I watched this happen. Friend told my other friend, comedy festival, it's free to apply. You should apply. You got nothing to lose. And he went, yeah, I mean, that'd be cool, but like, I don't know if I'll have PTO to do that. You don't know if you'll have PTO to do that? Dude, fucking apply. It's in November. You don't know if you'll have PTO to go perform comedy in November because at your job you don't even like? And, you know, we pressed him a little bit because, you know, actually if you press people too much, they can get angry at you. And I've learned that the hard way. You gotta wait till people are open for it. There's a dance to it, right? People will only do what they want to do, and they only do things that they feel like are their ideas. But then he was also like, also my girlfriend is the one who plans the trips, so I don't know. And we were just like, well, it's in New Orleans. Would your girlfriend want to go to New Orleans? It's like, yeah, maybe. It's like, dude, like, I'm not gonna apply for this comedy festival that's happening in 10 months because my girlfriend might plan a trip and I might not be able to get PTO. Like, is that really the life you want to live? People do this all the time. Another guy we know, he's got like 50K followers on Instagram for doing comedy. And then he's telling us like, yeah, I got this job at the airport because like I just wanted something that's secure money because I want to build a safe home. What? What are you talking about? You have 50K followers on Instagram. You make videos all the time. Clearly you have a passion for this. Clearly you have something you want to share. People don't give themselves permission to dream big. People take their dreams that they have and they put them in tiny little boxes, and they like create these obstacles for themselves. The easiest thing in the world to do is self-sabotage. The easiest thing in the world to do is self-sabotage. And people get offended when they feel like their self-sabotage is threatened. I hear people say bullshit all the time. The world is so broken. Everything's broken. You know how people have just said that since 2020? The world ain't broken, dude. The world ain't, yeah, there's evil people. Think there haven't been evil people? How many people did Genghis Khan kill? And we read that in a history book like it's nothing. He was chopping people's heads off. He was storming in and raping women and fucking killing babies. Like, isn't that evil? Ain't that evil? It was gnarly. They did it, and like he had legions of men doing it. Like, I don't know. You're so worried about the evil going on in this broken world because since 2020 the world broke, since 2016 the world broke. It's always been evil and it's always been magical. It's always been beautiful. It's always been wretched. It's always been amazing. It's always been sad. It's always been all of it because God is and life is. And it's just like, you got to get outside of this frame that your stupid little coworkers put you in, that your stupid little phone puts you in. You have to step outside of what's expected of you and look at what you really want. What do you really want? What do you really want? Stop being rational. Being rational is stupid. I'm still afraid to say the R word. It's crazy. Still blocked on a level. Still feel like people are going to see it and get mad. But you got to understand, you got to turn your brain off and be a little retarded to make shit happen. You gotta stop being irrational. If I were rational, I would never be touring the country with a band. If I were rational, I wouldn't be writing music. I wouldn't be in the woods right now. If I were rational. If I were rational, I would use the fact that I was good at school and good at math, good at doing homework to go get a job at a company where there's a ladder I can climb up and I can be good at the job and climb up the ladder. No, I didn't do that. You know what I did? I have never really had a real job. I worked fast food for a few months. I got a job as a librarian for an orchestra for like 2 months. I quit that shit so fast. But I've always carved my own way. I've taught, I've coached, I've played gigs of a myriad of different things. I've taken bands on the road where we just lost thousands of dollars just to try and get music out there. And I also was like really irrationally pushing my life forward while it didn't work. You know, in 2022-ish, 2021, 2022, I played over 100 weddings each year. I moved to Chicago right before COVID. COVID happened. I actually did something nuts during COVID. I played music on my front porch every night that whole summer. I had a band play 5 to 7, Monday through Monday for tips, and I made thousands of dollars, and I made thousands of dollars for other musicians. And I had the imagination and the creativity to reach out to musicians that I hadn't even met yet because I just moved to Chicago, but I knew that they were great musicians that I wanted to play with, and take people. This guy, shout out to Matt. I called Matt like 5 times through May, like right when COVID was real bad, until he eventually picked up the phone. I was like, I have a gig. It's outdoors. I want you to play. It's jazz. Come play. And then he came and played a bunch. And he told me at the end of that summer, thank you for saving my life. Thank you for getting my ass off the couch and making music. Because he was sitting at home collecting unemployment, terrified of what was going on. And I was like, I ain't scared. I'm here to make music. And I started making music, and people came outside and went, wow, you're making music, and music is healing, and I feel safe. Radical, radical, oh no, he didn't follow the rules, he didn't follow the rules, and everything's bad. That was 5 years ago. No one died. All I did was make people's lives better. This offends you. Flip your frame. First of all, it's okay. You don't have to agree with me. But like, you really think I'm a monster because I went out and played music? And I'm telling you, you can just go play music? I'm telling you, you can quit your job and go play music? In 2021 and 2022, hard to say, 2022. In those years, I played a ton of weddings because, you know, the lockdowns kind of loosened up and those gigs started to pop up and they were paying pretty good. So I took them because I didn't know what else to do. But then I really felt stuck because it was like I was giving every Friday and Saturday to playing Brown Eyed Girl and Sweet Caroline and all these songs I didn't want to play. And, hit my eye on a tree branch. Wow, I'm really in the woods. This is amazing. I feel so free. Right now. But I played a lot of music for weddings that I didn't love. I didn't love doing it. And I wanted to make original music and travel the country and make original music and share music and write. And I was doing a lot of stuff to try to do this. I was making a bunch of TikTok songs. I was, you know, trying to find spaces in between to make original music. And like through the power of my coach at the time, what I actually started to do was I just started to say no to weddings. And I believe it was 2023, I sat with my coach beginning of the year, and he was like, you need to define for yourself what the maximum number of weddings you will allow yourself to take is, and also what the minimum dollar threshold and travel threshold for those gigs are. And you need to define that, you need to write it down, and you need to email it to me. And I did. I was like, I'm not going to play more than 25 weddings, and they have to pay at least, you know, I think it was, I don't remember exactly, a couple $100, like $400, and like, if it was more than 2 hours away, it had to be like another 150 per 2 hours. Something like that, whatever. But I did it, and I said no to a bunch of weddings. And I was scared because I literally turned down like 20 grand worth of gigs in a day. Irrational, right? Be irrational. Don't be so worried. Oh, this guy's offending me. Well, I turned down a bunch of money. So like, maybe I am an idiot and you don't believe me. A quick interruption. If you are enjoying this video, if you are inspired to start to live the life you really want to live and you want to know what the next step is, I've got a free PDF called my Creative Permission Slip, which will be a guide for you to learn how to give yourself permission to be creative and do whatever you want. So click the link in the description to figure out how you can get that copy sent to you for free. Back to the video. And that's fine. But I turned down all this money because I knew it wasn't serving me. I knew I didn't, January 1st, 2023, I didn't feel one step closer to sharing my original music with people. Obviously, it's not true. I had been sharing original music, but it was always kind of in the cracks. And I was like, my life was centered around these gigs I didn't want to do with these people who I wasn't inspired by, who I didn't really resonate with. I wasn't on the same wavelength as. So 2023, I started playing original music way more. I had free Saturdays where I just had to figure out what to do. God, that year I went down to the park a lot with a toy keyboard and made up songs for people. I made up songs on Omegle. I focused on writing music and understanding what it meant to be creative. I really wanted to solve the puzzle of like, how come sometimes I can wake up and crank out a song, and then sometimes I feel like I can't write anything at all and I feel worthless. It's like, how come sometimes I'm a fount of inspiration and sometimes I can't get off the couch? Was curious and hungry to figure these things out. And like recognizing that like some of the people I was around weren't curious on this. It was a really weird time because I felt super isolated, but I kept pushing. I kept saying, I know my job is to impact millions of people. That's my job. That's my goal. I'm going to do it with music. I'm going to do it with art. I'm going to do it with speaking. I'm going to do it with comedy. I'm going to impact millions of people. Because, as my boy Myron Gold says, you know, making money with your hands only takes you so far. Making money as a manager only takes you so far. But using your imagination to communicate ideas is how you can change the lives of millions of people. And that's what I can do. I can do it through music. I can do it through speaking and comedy. Coming to the woods, showing you, you can just be free. You can just talk and freely associate. And I didn't just wake up and say, I'm gonna make an hour video today. I've like practiced skills to get here, but I've practiced skills to get here. I've had my eye on the prize of, I know I'm supposed to help people. And even when, circling back to my story I was on, even when it wasn't working, when I was stuck playing weddings, when I was making TikTok videos that no one saw, I was like, I don't care. I ain't getting no stinking job. And the thing about the weddings was it was a little bit of a trap, but it was like, wow, I can make like 800 bucks or $1,000 on just Friday and Saturday and then have the week open. Freedom. That's a level of freedom I had, and I wanted more. Fast forward to 2024, got picked up by my boys in the touring band. You guys should know at this point. I'm not going to say their name because if I'm offending people too bad, but joined a touring band. Went and rehearsed with them. Went, wow, these are my people. Quit everything. Got in the van. Traveled all around the country. Played music for thousands of people. Tons of different states. Let's just name them. I've played music for thousands of people in Florida, in Rhode Island, in North Carolina, in South Carolina, in Illinois, in Wisconsin, in Ohio, in Kentucky, in Indiana, in Michigan, in New York City, in New York State, in New Jersey, in Pennsylvania, in New Hampshire, in Vermont. I've played music for people in all these states. I've gone to the Grand Canyon. I played music for people at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. And then I hurt my knee and got helicoptered out. You can do anything. You can do anything. That's a whole other story. I'm not going to get into that right now. But my point I'm driving to for this first half of this nice little video, I hope you're enjoying and having fun, because I'm just a fun guy in the woods. I'm just walking around the woods and being fun and silly and crazy. Point I'm driving to is my life on paper was really not working. 2021, 2022, 2023. Wait till August 2024. We can even go before that. Like, I was less aware of how much it wasn't working before that, but it just wasn't working. People didn't hear my message in my music. I felt like I wasn't making music good enough or a message good enough. I was really blocked in by the expectations of my parents, by the expectations of the people I was hanging out with. And I was hanging out with people who had low expectations of themselves, low expectations of the world, people who didn't believe they could be free. People who, I remember this drummer I used to play with, he talked about like, yeah, we're just middle-class musicians. Fuck that, dude. I ain't a middle-class musician. I'm a king. I'm a warrior. I'm free. Middle-class musicians don't believe they have the freedom to walk around in the woods and talk to a camera for an hour. I'm not a middle-class musician. I'm a world leader. And you can be too. And even while all that stuff I was doing wasn't working, there's a lot of deer poop around here. Can't show that, got a sense of that. That might be too offensive. Maybe too offensive to see the deer poop. But as my life wasn't working, I still kept going. I think it was 2022. I think it was 2022. I can't even remember. I made 100 TikTok videos in 100 days. My goal was to make a music video every day. And it took a tremendous amount of work. It was like 6+ hours a day often. And a lot of them flopped. A lot of them didn't even get 500 views. A couple of the ones that popped off got like 10,000 views, but most of them were under 1,000. Most of them were under 500. And I crawled and crawled up from 0 followers to 1,000 followers in 100 days. And like, homies from high school were silently telling me it was pathetic. They didn't say that's pathetic, but I could feel that they felt like it was pathetic. I could feel how pathetic they felt like I was, and how embarrassed for me that it was. They're getting married and buying houses and having kids, and I'm making goofy TikTok videos that are cringe that nobody's watching. Kept going. Kept getting deeper into learning. It's like, well, what am I trying to say? What do I want to do? How do I want to share this? Got into stand-up comedy, 30 years old or something, 30, 31 years old. Signed up for some comedy classes, went to open mics. Because I knew my community I was in wasn't serving me. Granted, the open mic comedy community is just as blocked as the local musician community, but searching, questing, trying to say, what is my goal? Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? How can I be free? How can I do this? I ain't getting no job. I don't care. I don't care if I don't end up with a house. I don't care if I die doing this. I don't care if I never make it to the end, because the goal is freedom, and the goal is to share a message. And like, if I die along the way, that's way more valiant than just being a loser with a job. If you feel called out, if you feel like I'm a loser with a job, take that offense and sit with it. Don't just make me the bad man. Don't make yourself the bad man. No one's bad. There's no good or bad in your heart right now. Feel like, wow, am I a loser because I have a job? Maybe you're like, no, I value this. And it's like, okay, well, I don't know how you made it 27 minutes into this video. But if you're like, yeah, I am not doing what I want to do. I know I'm an artist. I know I'm free. I know I have the potential to change lives. Like, then you're being a loser. And I say that with love. Say that with love. You're being a loser because you're not doing what you want to do. And you got to be irrational. You got to throw shit at the wall, because I was throwing shit at the wall. Wasn't working. Booking shows. Not enough people came. Booking shows. Not enough people came. Looking embarrassing. Making videos. Nobody saw them. Booking shows. Playing shows. Making art. Reaching out to people for coaching. Making coaching tips. Trying different shit. Trying to teach piano lessons. Trying to coach. Trying to teach songwriting lessons. Trying all stuff. All of a sudden, I'm in the van. I'm touring the country playing for thousands of people. Overnight. That's not everyone's journey. Because my boy Brett, his journey was different. He had this band. He had the band, and he got in the van and started pushing it. And they played for 0 people, and then 10 people, and then 30 people, and then 50 people, and then 100 people, and then 500 people. His was maybe in a sense more linear. I don't know. I wasn't there, but mine was nothing's working. Boom, everything changed. And through all that nothing's working, I had so much evidence to tell me to quit. I had so much evidence. I watched other musicians drop out of playing weddings because they got jaded about it, and go to coding school because it's like, wow, if I learned to code, I could get an entry-level job paying 60 or 70K a year. That sounds safe. Watched people do it. And I kept trying to make it, and I was like, wow, another year went by, I didn't figure out how to book a festival gig. I'm worthless. I'm not going to do it. I'm older. I'm going to get too old for this. I'm going to age out of this. Whatever. I kept pushing. And divine order, God stepped in and was like, all right, Danny. I don't know what he said, but whatever. I'll say what he said. You've proved that you really want this. You've proved that you need this. And I've been bubbling up this band to get to a level where they're at the level where they're ready to accept you, and you're at the level where you're ready to join in with them. And I've transformed the band. And me and Brett are writing songs every day. I wrote it. He's out of town right now, and he wrote 2 songs yesterday, and I wrote a song yesterday. My song took 20 minutes to write. It used to take me forever to write a song. Or sometimes I'd write it in a day, but it would be like such a huge labor, and it would take everything out of me. When I was doing those TikTok videos, I was writing these like 20-second songs, and it was taking me 6 hours. It was taking me all day to come up with it because I was so worried about being perceived and worried about making the art good, making it correct, making it right, that instead of just like trusting, it's like, no, your idea is good. Just write down your idea, play your idea, sing your idea, done. Edit as minimally as possible because you're a genius. I'm a genius. You're a genius. Like, I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me, right? Like, this is what I'm telling myself from 2022 who spent 6 hours on a video. It's like, what if you made the same video in 1 hour? Like, what if you believed you could do that? And like, over the course of the next few years, I actually learned how to make the publishing loop faster, how to publish quicker, how to go from, no, like, I have to really, but razzle dazzle this one up, razzle razzle dazzle up a video to, all right, I've got an idea, I'm going to make it. And I remember, I don't know if I have the years right, but I think it was 2023. 2022, I made those 100 videos, and I know I put them all on YouTube Shorts too. And I don't know if I have the numbers exactly right, but I posted a video a day. Took me like all day to make the videos, and I think over the course of 100 days, I got 90 subscribers. Then the next year, I made 3 videos a day, and instead of it taking me 6 hours to make 1 video, it took me 1 hour to make 3 videos. So what's that? Like six times faster for 3 times more, so 18 times faster, right? 18 times more productive. And then I got like 200 subscribers in the same 100-day window, or maybe 300, I don't know. So it was 18 times more productive and 3 times the result, 3 times the number of people joined into my world to check out what I'm doing. Think about that. Maybe you're blocked because you think it's got to be slow. Maybe you're blocked because you think you have bullshit in your belief system that makes you not do what you want to do. Jeez. You have bullshit in your belief system that makes you not do what you want to do. I can't go all out on art. My girlfriend might leave me. Maybe your girlfriend should leave you. Or maybe she won't. And even if she's scared, maybe you need to be the leader and be like, this is what I need to do. I can't go all out on art. I'm not good enough. You're not good enough? Okay. Don't go all out on art then. Kill the dream then. If you're truly not good enough, kill the dream. The thing is like, if that was you, you're like, no, but I want to do it. It's like, okay, well, are you not good enough or not? So stop stopping yourself. One of the most amazing things I heard, I believe, was from Steve Chandler. He said, you realize when you're on a train of thought that is going straight to hell, you can hop off that train at any moment. You don't have to ride the train of thought all the way down to hell. How many trains of thought are you riding down to hell every day? I have to have a day job. Is that a train of thought going up to heaven, or is that a hell? Like, especially if you hate your day job, right? I saw these I know these comedians who hate their girlfriends. And like, they're in hell because they're in a relationship being intimate with a woman they don't even like. But they won't allow themselves to see the alternative. They won't allow themselves to be like, you know what? Maybe even though being alone is scary, the alternative is a life with somebody I don't respect. Somebody that I would rather see dead. People in relationships with people they'd rather see dead? Like, why would you do that? And then you get offended and you get on Facebook and see what's going on in DC. And you're like, oh, the world is so bad. It's like, maybe your world is bad. Stop worrying about their world. Stop worrying about their sins. Stop worrying about their problems. You got problems. You got problems. You can solve them. You have the tools to solve them right now. You don't need more info, really. You just need to change your belief system. You need to believe you are creative. You need to believe creativity is simple. You need to believe that the life that you really want, you're allowed to want it. You're allowed to want to not have to go to a job. You're allowed to want a fancy car, or I don't know what people want. You're allowed to want to ride in jets. You're allowed to want to have a song you write be heard by 10 million people. You're allowed to want to charge a lot of money for a service. You're allowed. Have you given yourself permission? What do you want to do that you won't give yourself permission? Where are you letting other people decide for you what you are and aren't allowed to do? I realized I had to let go of what my parents thought for a long time because, truth be told, Dad, you might watch this, I love you, but my dad has a lot of anxiety around art, and he would press that anxiety on me. What if you're not good enough? What if you're not good enough? What if you're not good enough? And I eventually had to be like, Dad, stop, I'm good enough. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Stop imposing that negative train of thought on me. I am good enough. And I'm going to make weird art. And it's going to connect with people. I am good enough. I am good enough. It doesn't have to be polished. It can be messy. You love jazz. Jazz ain't polished. There's mistakes on Kind of Blue. There's mistakes on Kind of Blue, the best-selling jazz album of all time. It has mistakes. It's okay to have mistakes. People are so afraid of having mistakes. And then we wonder why we get this AI slop everywhere, because people aren't making stuff, because they're like, what if I make it and it's not good? What if you make it and it's not good? What if you make it and it's not good? What if you make a little video and it fucking sucks? And what if it sucks so bad your friends are like, damn, your video sucks? What if? What if, dude? What if? Okay? You're just never gonna make a video? Oh, what if I play piano for somebody and I don't do good? What if? You think I never sucked at piano in front of people? You think I haven't bombed on piano? You think I haven't bombed in comedy? You think I haven't made a video that bombed that wasn't interesting? I made thousands of videos. Like probably 900 of them suck. I don't know. I've probably made 2,000 videos, and more than 1,500 of them suck. More than 1,500 of them, like, aren't worth your time, really. It's maybe a little dramatic, but my point is like I've made thousands. I have over 1,000 videos on YouTube, over 1,000 videos. I think I have over 2,000 on Instagram, and probably like 1,000 on TikTok. I probably have, you know, obviously some of those are reposts and stuff, but let's say 2,000 videos. I didn't get a video that got more than 100K views until I think a year ago or 2 years ago. And then I didn't get a video with over 1 million views until 3 months ago. And even like 2 years ago, I had a couple videos get like 80K views, one get 100K views, and then I flopped a bunch after that. It was like bam, 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 figured it out. Nope, didn't figure it out. This video might get no views. It might get, somebody might watch it for 10 minutes and then be like, wow, I don't like this guy, and turn it off. Like, who cares? I'm not gonna make it, because somebody might watch the whole thing. You, if you're here, you're probably gonna get here till the end. And do you feel inspired? Check in with yourself. Do you feel like you can do anything? Do you feel like pressure on some of your excuses you're sitting on? I don't have any money. Okay, go make friends. I don't have friends. Go make some money. Whatever. I don't have. Okay, figure it out. Use the resources you do have. You have a phone. You can call someone. You can make video. You can text somebody. Reach out to somebody. You can go to the woods where God lives and just be present and see what comes up to you. I don't know what I'll do. Okay, I don't know what I'll do. But what about, I don't know. I don't know. You're going to stop? You're going to let it stop you? Someone's driving right now and they just checked if the video stopped because I was silent for too long. Gotcha! Creativity is simple. Creativity is ideas executed. I woke up today. Well, yesterday I made my course on creativity, and I made a bunch of videos. And because I talked on camera, each video was around 11 minutes, which was really cool. It was like I saw it cross 11:11. I was like, oh, I love that number, and that's awesome. And afterwards, I felt invincible. I was like, wow, I just freely associate. I said what's on my mind. I didn't hold anything back for over an hour. and I felt invincible. I went and wrote a song, and I felt invincible. I shared the song with my friends, and they went, wow, we love this song. This one's really, really good. Your singing sounds amazing, Danny. Something I've been insecure about forever. Something I felt like I couldn't figure out. Singing sounded amazing because I sang the song freely because I didn't care. I didn't care if it sounded good or bad. I was just like, this is just a voice memo from my best friends. I love them. I love my best friends, and I want to show them this song. And like, I trust them that they're gonna listen for the intention of the song. And I did it, and Brett was like, wow, Danny, your singing's come a long way. Wow, I went and did comedy, and I just like said whatever I wanted. I said some jokes that I've been afraid to say because I'm afraid that they're gonna be too edgy, and it worked. And some people liked it, some people didn't, whatever. The one girl didn't like it, but I didn't like her. And she was trying to dominate the room with her negative energy. And I brought a positive energy and was like, I am the opposite of you. I'm the opposite of you. It was nuts. It was really funny. But where was I going? Where was I going? Oh, yeah. I felt invincible yesterday. Abby was telling me I was shining. She said, Danny, you're literally shining right now. Because I went and I talked freely, and I let myself free fall. And I was like, doesn't matter if this video is good or bad. Creativity is ideas, execute. I woke up today, I said, wow, yesterday was so amazing. I'm going to go talk on camera for an hour. I'm going to talk on camera for an hour, and I'm going to publish it to the internet freely for people to listen to, and for them to make a decision about me either way. It's just a piece of art. Just making a piece of art. Just trying to be funny, trying to be crazy, trying to be weird. Being a little provocative, I guess, but like whatever. Inspiration is provocative. People shit on inspiration that's given right to them. You know, I recently, I was talking with somebody, and they were like, it pisses me off when people say they're depressed. This guy was blind. He's like, it pisses me off when people say they're depressed. He's like, you're depressed, I'm blind. I'm happy. Every day is a gift. And I was like, yeah, man, I love it. And then someone else was like, yeah, but some people are clinically depressed. It's like, okay, like, be offended by the guy who is suggesting that you could just be happy. Be offended by that and clutch onto, well, but the science says that there are people who can't be happy. The science says it. The science says that the chemicals in some people's brains is bad. So, you know, that means some people aren't happy. And that's what I'm going to believe. I'm going to believe that some people can't be happy. Okay, believe that. Believe that. And then go share that with people, and go let 10 years go by where that's your belief. Believe it. See what happens. I believe something different. I'm sharing with you my belief. You can be happy right now. You can do anything you want. You can be free. Whatever you like think you need to do to make your life whatever it is, like audit it and be serious, and like recognize that like you will have bullshit pop up. You'll have excuses pop up. I was working with, I'll just say her name. I've said her name already, Abby. I was working with Abby the other day, and we sat in the woods and worked through all these excuses. She had all these excuses. And eventually, at some point, she was just like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And I was like, stop. It's like, you don't believe that. Stop giving voice to that. You know you can do it. You show up to open mics, and all of the women flock to you and say, we're so happy you're here. You changed my life. You know that. Stop giving voice to the negative train of thought that's going right to hell. You're going to have excuses pop up. Well, like, I need a van. Okay, go get a van. I can't afford a van. Call somebody who can. Challenge that you actually need a van. Can you do a tour with some cars? My band isn't bought in. Call them. Hey, I need a level of buy-in. Are you in? They say no. Fire them! Fire them! Find someone else! It's that simple. Yeah, but the people I'm around are blocked. Okay, turn around. Walk away. Your friends suck. They get drunk. They get drunk and complain about how their life sucks. Why are you friends with them? Well, I don't want to have no friends. So you just want to have friends who suck? I was willing to let go of all my friends, and the day I met people who were like, no, we travel the country because we're inspired and we believe in ourselves and we have music we want to share, and like we didn't even go to school for this. We kind of don't even know what we're doing. And I was like, oh, well, I went to school for music, and like I know what I'm doing, and you guys do know what you're doing, and there's gaps, and I'm here to fill the gaps. Bam! Band gets 10 times as good. Band levels up. Our singer levels up on a level you wouldn't believe. Went from I can't write songs and writing songs is hard to cranking out songs in 20 minutes. You can change your frame that drastically. I was like, I'm an indoor cat. I don't like the woods. The woods is scary. Then I hiked the Appalachian Trail and the motherfucking Grand Canyon. It's like, wow, I can do anything. I can do anything. And it's nuts because I didn't even climb out of the Grand Canyon because I was so scared the whole time that I hurt my knee, and I was scared of the fact that my knee was hurting, that I didn't tell my people I was with that my knee was hurting. And then I hurt it so bad that I couldn't get out. And the rafters we made friends with through the power of music and comedy called a helicopter and helicoptered me out. And I got out for free. You can do anything. You can get helicoptered out of the Grand Canyon for free. Stop trying to control your life so much. Book that festival. You want to get on Jam Cruise? You want your band to play on Jam Cruise? Bring your band on Jam Cruise. It's a lot of money. Yeah, it is a lot of money. I don't know. Fucking finance it. I don't really do that, but you can do it. Save up money and pay for it. Yeah, but bring your band. Pay for them to go. Encourage them to pay to go. Or go and have your life changed and then see what happens. If they're like, well, I don't know. Okay, you're not my band anymore. Take action. You can do anything. That's what I'm going to call this. You can do anything. Woke up today, said I want to make an hour video of me walking around the woods talking about how you can do anything, and I'm going to let it go wherever it goes to prove the point. You can do anything. You can talk about anything. You can go anywhere. This might have been boring for some of it. Whatever. You can do anything. I can post this. I can post this and it can get no views, and it doesn't affect my opinion of myself at all. And the people I really love that really love me, my best friends that I write music with, that inspire me into action, that see the higher purpose version of myself, see the version of myself that they know doesn't just want to eat McDonald's and says, hey, Danny, I know your conscious mind wants to go to McDonald's, but like we could do something else. I go, yeah, you're right. And thank you for letting me sit through the discomfort around food, or the discomfort around working out, or the discomfort around going to the woods. People who love me and see my brilliance, they're either going to watch this video or they won't, and they're going to love me just the same. And if somebody is triggered because you made art, good. Art is supposed to disturb the comforted and comfort the disturbed. And if you're too comfortable in your shit life, maybe me being so free scares you. And you could get offended, you could get mad. What's he saying? He's saying that we shouldn't be plugged into our phone and figure out what's going on in the news. That's terrible. It's like, okay, it's terrible. I'm terrible. I'm a bad guy. I'm evil. I'm an evil white man. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Or like, wow, like he's abundantly creative. What do you think I'm gonna go do after this? You're gonna go home and jack off to porn and play video games and sit around and worry about money? You know what I'm about to do? Or do you think I'm gonna go home and write music, write jokes, work on my business, make content, have fun, be free? What do you think I'm gonna do? You're just so worried about offending people. I made a video just the other day, and it was like a joke that was like a gay joke, and a gay guy commented on it and was like, oh, gay jokes are super funny, Danny. I didn't even reply to the comment because I was like, you know what, like, sorry you didn't like this joke, like, I guess, but like, whatever, like, you're on the internet, unfollow me, like, who cares? I don't even know you. We played 2 gigs together 6 years ago, 7 years ago. We're in different worlds, bro. The video's not for you. And the truth is, dudes in cars together make gay jokes at each other and they laugh. Jokes about sex are funny. Jokes about straight sex are funny. Jokes about gay sex are funny. And your life sucks because you're afraid of that. What if you're like, oh, everything's funny? Everything's funny. Oh yeah, what they're doing in DC, yeah, it's kind of crazy. That's hilarious. Like, wow, they really are that evil. Holy crap. Anyways, the sun's out. Anyways, I've got a keyboard. Anyways, I can post content that entertains or inspires or informs or educates or changes. Anyways, I don't have to be so angry about everything going on. Wow, you're really angry. Why are you so angry, brah? Why are you so angry? You could just be free. Free and floating. I hope my thing is still on. Yeah, it's still green. I just bought this. I was a little worried, but I'm not that worried. You can be free today. My biggest idea I've been sharing with people that I've been sharing for years is that creativity is ideas executed. People love having ideas they don't execute. People love having ideas that they don't execute. People love having ideas and then putting 6 steps in front of executing the idea to make sure they don't execute the idea. Yeah, once we get this thing really going, after that, we should email a bunch of colleges to do an educational college tour. And then after that, we can use the footage from that to package together a course. And then money from the course, we can use to buy a van, to get in the van to tour the country. What the fuck, dude? What are you talking about? What do you want to do? Why'd you put 7 steps in front of it? It's like, well, like, I really want to book a show, but I have to make sure I learned how to play this song perfectly, and I have to write 20 songs. And I mean, I've already written 20 songs, but I don't like 10 of them. And like, plus I have to get people. What are you talking about? What do you want to do? Want to play a show? Book a show. I don't care. Figure it out. Book the show. What'll get you to figure it out? Waiting around, being idle, or doing it? You know, people reach out to me for coaching help, and then I start to get into it with them, and they get cold feet. Oh, I just need to work, blah, 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 blah. It's like, wait, do you want help or not? You reached out to me, and now you're scared. Why? What are you so scared of? You're so scared I'm going to charge you money to change your life? You are not paying to not get better right now. Maybe try paying to get better. Money is an infinite resource. Time is finite. Oh, but what if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't work? I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun. We're almost at an hour. This is sick. Love the woods. Let's come down to the lake right here. Not the lake. This little river, stream. I'm not even sure. You can't even see. I'm the only one that can see. I have eyes to see. I hope I'm not lost. I think I know where I'm going. It's not that big. The highway's right there. But yeah, creativity is ideas executed. If you have an idea, figure out how to execute it. And the truth is a muscle you got to work on. And people have ideas they can't execute. And then they sabotage themselves to make it complicated. And people get complicated with the strategy. Like, fuck your strategy. I think I got a strategy right now. It's funny because people try to come up with a strategy because they don't want to look nuts. If you lean in. If you're just like, no, I'm nuts. I'm nuts. Trying something that might not work. It's like, how do you know it's going to work? I don't. You got to let go of control. That was part of the canyon. You know, it's funny. We were in the canyon and we hiked all the way down, and we went really fast because I was scared and I wanted to be in control. We went too fast and my legs started hurting, and I didn't tell anyone because I was scared and I wanted to be in control. I can't tell them my legs hurting. I can tell them my legs hurting. I can't be the burden. We just have to go. We have to go fast. And then we spent the day hanging out on the lake, and my leg was still hurting, and I kind of was trying to make it better, but I wasn't really. And then these river rafters showed up, and they were full of energy, and they were like, oh, you guys could raft with us if you want and stay an extra day. And Brett and Abby were like, yeah, and I lost it. I started crying. I lost it because that was the moment where I realized I wasn't in control. I just kind of realized this yesterday, because I was like, why am I so scared? Like, river rafting does sound fun. These people are really nice, and like, I'm scared of dying in the canyon, and there's people here who are full of life and light, and they have food, and they have resources, and they have, like, what am I so scared of? But I was scared of the fact that I went into a place where I didn't have control. You know, I have control in the city, or at least the illusion of control. I drive my car, I'm in control. I book a gig, I can control my schedule. But going to the Grand Canyon pushed me to see, like, wow, I'm not in control. And like, getting helicoptered out was nuts level of realizing, wow, I'm not in control. Someone else is in control. So let go. Reprogram your mind. You know, your anxieties from your parents and your teacher and your school counselor and your therapist, dare I say, whoever. You have anxieties impressed on you from other people who are living lives they don't want to live. And you're trying to match the expectations of those anxieties. And people can't get out of it because they let their excuses win, because you have a mountain of excuses you've been letting dominate for decades. A mountain of excuses. I can't quit my job. That's an excuse. Challenge it. Challenge it. What if I quit my job? Let that fear come right to the top. What if I quit my job? Start bawling. Let yourself cry. Let yourself just go. Let yourself lose control and look like an insane person. Go to an Arby's parking lot and cry. I'm scared to quit my job because what if I don't get any money? Yeah, feel it. Feel it. I'm scared. I'm scared. What if it doesn't work? I'm scared. I'm scared. What if it doesn't work? Okay, feel it. Feel it. Feel it. Cry. 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 Stop. Now flip. What if it works? What if it works? I can't speak on this because then so-and-so who I don't like and gets drunk all the time won't like me anymore. You mean a blessing? You mean the people who aren't going to ascend and you know won't ascend will decide you're too crazy? Think about it. If you made it to this video, this far in the video, you are cut from a different cloth. You're searching for something bigger. You're not an average person. I don't know if anybody truly likes their job. Like, I don't know. Maybe there are people who, get a degree, get a job, do it, they're good. I don't really believe that, but I think people do just get so set in their ways that they just do it and they're unwilling to get off the tracks. It's funny, we go to public school for 18 years where we're on tracks. Like, these are the tracks you're on, and stay on these tracks, and here's the barometer of success, and here's the barometer of failure. You stay on the tracks and do this. And then you're encouraged to go do more school where there's more tracks to be on for the success. And then you're actually even encouraged to go to more school. And a lot of people go to school for 25 years, maybe more. And if you live to 100, which a lot of people don't, most people actually live, like, let's say actually realistically you live to 75. A lot of people live, like, isn't that 77 or something? Let's say 75. It's a third of your life where there's people telling you what the tracks are and what it's supposed to look like. And it's like, here's how you're on track. Here's the tracks you need to be on. And there's success or failure on that tracks. And like, it actually really hurts people who don't want to be on those tracks. I'm realizing, like, I got in trouble for talking too much, but now I can talk to a camera for an hour. I can do comedy on stage. I can command a room's attention speaking to a microphone. You might have skills that were not celebrated. And you might have seen ways in which the tracks you were on was BS and didn't know how to deal with it. And like, just get off the fucking tracks and be willing to be an island. And you'll actually, if you're brave enough to say, I'm not doing what's expected of me, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to do my own thing. You might just change someone else's life, which would change your life. Think about that. Your life could change. You could do it different tomorrow. I mean, you could say, okay, I'm tired of being fat and start working out today. You could, if you're fat. You say, I'm tired of being bad at piano. Start playing piano today. Try it. Actually do that. I'm tired of not being able to blank. And then an excuse will appear. And then, so what the excuse? Say, so what? Then another excuse will appear. Say, so what? Your excuses love to be below the surface. Oh yeah, but if you want to get good at piano, it's going to take years. You're going to have to practice 3 hours a day. You're going to have to go to jam sessions, and there's not really any good jam sessions in the city. And the one that you used to go to, you don't like because they changed the guy who runs it. And plus, like, playing piano, like, what? You're not good enough to charge to play piano. Like, if somebody calls you for a gig, you don't even know what to tell them, and you need a website anyways too. And your Instagram right now isn't set up to tell people you play piano, and like, you need to be an expert in jazz. Like, why would you play jazz if you can't play All of Me and play Donna Lee in all 12 keys? And plus, you never learned, you took that course and you didn't really do it, so you're a failure. And you don't have 4 hours today to play piano. You know what I'm saying? You feeling me? You let all that stuff come up? Just let it come up and challenge it. I don't need 4 hours today. If I do 5 minutes today, that's better than yesterday. Yeah, I didn't do that course. I'm a different person. I'm ready. My Instagram isn't set up. Who cares? My website, who cares? I'm scared to ask for money. Who cares? That's a different skill. Like, what if I just what if I just played piano? What if I just sat down and played piano? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? You can do anything. You can do anything. You can do anything. 30 seconds to an hour, baby. This has been a wild ride. Hope you've had fun hanging out with me today. I've had a lot of fun. I want to know if somebody saw this. Like, please drop a comment. I'm just like, YouTube CDA. This feels a little different because if you're here, you're here. Drop a comment. Tell me how you're feeling. Tell me what you want to do, and use the YouTube comment as a resource. You can be creative anywhere, right? Creativity is ideas executed. Drop a comment. I wish I was doing blank and I'm not. And here's my excuses. And write them out and look at them. And then you can choose in the comment section, I'm ready to be done with these excuses. Or not. If you want to hold on to them, that's okay. It's your life. You can do whatever you want. You can hold on to your excuses. Right? All right. That's enough for me. Love you. Bye.